Ladies and gentlemen, breaking news as Sheamus is reportedly leaving WWE. The news today was broken by Sean Ross Sapp and Fightful. Now I'm going to read this article from Cage Side Seats. According to a report from Fightful Select, longtime WWE star and former multiple-time champion Sheamus will be leaving WWE as his contract is expiring and he is not signing a new deal with the company. The report indicates that he was approached about a restructured deal while he was out with an injury and he rejected the offer they made. Because his contract is expiring, he won't have the standard 90-day non-compete clause. He'll be able to sign anywhere as a free agent immediately. It's hard telling how much time the Irish star has left in his career, considering he just turned 48 years old this year and has been battling through injuries time and time again. He's still in great shape and keeps himself sharp as a tack. So if he decides to continue on, there's absolutely still meat on the bone there. This also means Sheamus leaves WWE without ever having won the Intercontinental Championship. That elusive Grand Slam may never come to be after all. Where to next? Now let's think about it here. A few months ago, The New Day were released. Now that's because The New Day did not want a contract, to extend their contract with TKO, they would have to have a pay cut. Don't you think that this happened to Sheamus right here? And by the way, Sheamus is currently injured right now. As of 3 weeks ago, he had a serious injury while working out. Now this is a common thing that usually happens. If you're injured, you know that you're probably just gonna get maybe like an extended contract with the company that you're working with. But the thing is, with WWE and TKO, they just fire you completely, even though that you're injured. Look at what happened with Zoe Stark. So then let's go back with Sheamus. Sheamus is currently injured, he's trying to heal, and then the news broke that his contract is expiring, and TKO and WWE wanted to give him a new deal, and I'm pretty sure they will have to cut his paycheck. If this is the case, I don't blame Sheamus whatsoever. Now, you would think that Sheamus would be in WWE forever. Nope, that's not the case. I mean, look at what happened with Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston. Kofi Kingston has been in WWE longer than Xavier Woods, even Sheamus. No matter how long you've been working with WWE, with TKO now involved, nobody's safe. Whether you're just coming in and wanting to be a WWE superstar, or if you've been there for almost 20 years, it doesn't matter with TKO now being here. You're gonna get cut no matter how long you've been there. So enough talking about how we know how TKO works now. Let's take a look back at Sheamus' career. When he made it to WWE, he was under the ECW brand. He was only there for a couple of months until he went to Monday Night Raw. He immediately challenged John Cena for the WWE Championship, and he won it. And that was his first time winning the WWE Championship. The second time he won the WWE title was in a Fatal 4-Way match. And in the same year of 2010, he ended up winning the King of the Ring tournament. And then around 2011, he was the United States Champion. I think he only held that for a little bit? I don't remember. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. So then we get to 2012, he won the Royal Rumble match, and then he went on to WrestleMania to beat Daniel Bryan in 18 seconds for the World Heavyweight Championship. 2013, he was in the Money in the Bank ladder match with like the All-Star Money in the Bank ladder match for the Raw Money in the Bank briefcase. He was out for the rest of the year until he came back in 2014 in the Royal Rumble match. Then around April in 2014, he ended up winning the United States Championship once again. Now in 2015, this is where it got interesting because Sheamus actually changed his look from this to a mohawk. Yes, he had a mohawk for those who were not watching around that time. He ended up winning Money in the Bank at that year and then cashed in a few months later at Survivor Series. He cashed in the Money in the Bank briefcase on Roman Reigns, who was in a WWE Championship tournament, which he won the title. In 2016, he was in a group known as the League of Nations, which contained Sheamus, Wade Barrett, or Bad News Barrett at the time, Alberto Del Rio, and Rusev. League of Nations broke up, Sheamus was drafted to Monday Night Raw, and he had an incredible best of 7 series with Cesaro, which actually led to both of them capturing Tag Team Championship gold. Now, Sheamus and Cesaro, they were known as The Bar. We don't set the bar, we are the bar. And they were only a tag team for about 2 to 3 years, I believe. So around 2020, before the pandemic, Sheamus made his return, and he went back to his old school look. Now, heading into the pandemic, he ended up getting into a feud with Jeff Hardy, talking about Jeff Hardy's past, if you know what I mean. And then after that, he ended up feuding with Big E, and then after the feud with Big E, he was moved to Monday Night Raw, and that's where we get to 2021, when he won the United States Championship for a 3rd time. In 2022, he started a new group called the Brawling Brutes. He first got Ridge Holland into the group, and then Pete Dunne, who was changed to Butch. And throughout the year, they ended up feuding with the New Day. Until we get to summer of 2022, when Sheamus had a big opportunity to capture a title that he has never captured before, and that is the Intercontinental Champion. Who was the Intercontinental Champion around that time? Gunther. And they had an absolute classic at Clash at the Castle. And then after that, they actually extended the feud, with them having a rematch, but Gunther ended up getting the win with a bunch of controversy. They fought at Extreme Rules in a good old-fashioned Donnybrook match, which led the Brawling Brutes getting the victory. So then after that, he moved on and feuded with the Bloodline, which led to Sheamus not only getting the Brawling Brutes, but also getting Drew McIntyre and Kevin Owens to face the Bloodline, which was Roman Reigns, Jimmy Uso, Jey Uso, Solo Sikoa, and Sami Zayn, which they all fought inside War Games. So we get to 2023, and Sheamus was back into the Intercontinental Championship picture, which he wanted to fight Gunther again, but this time, Drew McIntyre was in the frame, and it led to a triple threat match at WrestleMania. And then we get to 2024, when Sheamus actually made a return, since he was out for a while. And this is around the time when Sheamus was just giving us absolute banger matches. He was facing guys like Ivar, Bronson Reed, Pete Dunne, like great bangers, even Ludwig Kaiser. He was also so close to becoming the Intercontinental Champion when he faced Ludwig Kaiser and then the Intercontinental Champion, Braun Breaker. We get to 2025, he was feuding with Braun Breaker for the Intercontinental Championship, did not capture it. Then we get to the summer of 2025 when he was feuding with a returning Rusev. It was a good old-fashioned Donnybrook match at Clash in Paris, which Sheamus actually tapped out, and I don't think he's ever tapped out ever in his career. So then, it was in November when he teamed up with John Cena and Rey Mysterio in a 6-man tag team match as they were facing the Judgment Day. And that was actually the last time we've ever seen Sheamus on WWE TV. He is currently dealing with an injury, but in a few weeks, he will no longer be with WWE. Wherever he goes, I will want to wish him the best of luck. Whether you liked him or you hated him, Sheamus had an incredible career in WWE. But I want to know from you guys, what are your thoughts on Sheamus leaving WWE? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, tap the notification bell for more videos, follow me on Twitter at EthanSoyShow, and I'll see you in the next one.